Cloud engineer versus cloud architect versus platform engineer. What each one actually does. Cloud engineer means something completely different depending on which company's job listing you're reading. The same title can describe someone building serverless functions all day, someone managing network connectivity, or someone writing Terraform scripts to provision infrastructure. Before you pick a cloud to learn, understand the 4 roles the industry actually hires for. Cloud engineer, the builders, deploying and maintaining daily cloud infrastructure, average $129,000 to $142,000. This is the most common entry point. Cloud architect, the designers. They decide which services, which platforms, and which structure the entire company's cloud runs on. They don't write as much code. They own the decisions that cost or save millions. Average $135,000 to $190,000. DevOps/platform engineer, the automators, building the pipelines that deploy code automatically, the monitoring systems that catch problems, the infrastructure as code that makes everything reproducible. Average $129,000 to $160,000. In 2026, platform engineer is increasingly the preferred term over DevOps. FinOps engineer, the optimizers. Almost nobody includes this role in cloud career videos. The average enterprise wastes 35% of their cloud budget on unused resources, oversized instances, and forgotten storage. FinOps engineers find and eliminate that waste. Average $130,000 to $170,000. And the role is growing faster than general cloud engineering because the cost problem keeps getting worse as cloud bills keep growing. Pick the one that sounds like work you'd actually want to do, then choose your cloud. Which cloud to learn? The answer most videos won't give you. It depends is the most honest answer. It's also useless. Here's the actual answer, industry by industry. AWS if you want the most jobs, the most community resources, and the fastest path to a first paycheck. AWS has 2.5 times more open roles than Google Cloud. Startups, e-commerce, media, and SaaS companies run overwhelmingly on AWS. It's also the most self-taught friendly platform with the largest body of free learning material. Azure if you already work in a company that uses Microsoft 365 Active Directory or Windows Server. Enterprise companies, banks, insurance firms, government agencies, and healthcare organizations heavily favor Azure, not for technical reasons, but because they're already paying Microsoft for everything else. A sysadmin or network engineer in a corporate environment switching to cloud almost always has the clearest path through Azure. Google Cloud if your target is AI workloads, data engineering, or Kubernetes-heavy environments. GCP has built real advantages in machine learning tooling, BigQuery for large-scale analytics, and Kubernetes, which Google created and still leads development of. Fewer companies run primarily on GCP, but the ones that do need people badly. Know your target industry, and the cloud choice usually answers itself. The GCP salary paradox. Google Cloud consistently pays the highest salaries at senior and specialist levels, $160,000 to $200,000 for senior roles and professional certifications. The reason is simple economics. Only 1.2 million engineers worldwide hold GCP certifications, compared to over 4 million AWS certified engineers. Fewer certified engineers meeting the same demand means each one commands a premium. The catch, a longer job search. Plan 3 to 6 months after your GCP certification before landing a first role, compared to weeks for AWS. The market is smaller, so there are fewer openings in any given week, but the ones that exist are less contested and pay more. If you can handle a longer initial search, the GCP path delivers higher long-term pay. If you need income faster, AWS gets you there quicker. Multi-cloud is where the salary seriously jumps. Engineers certified in 2 or more cloud platforms earn 18 to 25% more than single platform specialists. Multi-cloud architects average $195,000 to $210,000. Top earners cross $250,000. This isn't a hypothetical future trend. It's already happening because of how large companies actually operate. A typical Fortune 500 runs their main product infrastructure on AWS, their business applications, and email on Azure, and their AI and data workloads on Google Cloud. They need engineers who can move between all 3 without requiring a separate hire for each platform. You don't need to learn all 3 to start. Get solid in one first. Then, 1 to 2 years into your first cloud job, pick up a second platform. Experienced engineers report it takes 2 to 3 months to reach professional competence on a second cloud because the core concepts are identical. Compute, storage, networking, identity, and security work the same way. You're learning new names and interfaces, not new concepts. That second certification is the single highest return investment available to a working cloud engineer. You don't need a CS degree or a coding background. Cloud engineering is one of the few high-paying fields in technology where certifications genuinely substitute for a 4-year computer science degree, and employers will explicitly tell you so in job postings. Real career transition data. A network engineer who completes the AWS Solutions Architect Associate goes from $78,000 to $128,000, a 64% salary increase. A Microsoft sysadmin who adds Azure Administrator and then Azure Solutions Architect Expert goes from $85,000 to $155,000, an 82% increase. Infrastructure as code, which is one of the core cloud skills, is not software development. You're writing declarative configuration files that describe what infrastructure should exist, not building applications. The learning curve is significantly lower than most people assume when they see code in the job description. The entry requirement for a first cloud job is 1 professional level certification, demonstrable hands-on lab experience. Most certifications have free lab environments, and a basic understanding of networking fundamentals. A degree helps but is not what hiring managers screen for in cloud engineering the way they might in software development. The remote premium nobody calculates. Cloud engineering is the most remote-friendly senior technical role in 2026. The work is managing infrastructure that lives in someone else's data center. You access it through a browser or a terminal from anywhere on Earth. There is no physical presence requirement. What this means practically, US companies are actively hiring cloud engineers globally for remote positions at US salary levels. Engineers in the UK, Germany, Canada, India, and other markets who land roles with US headquartered companies earn 40 to 60% above their local market rate for the exact same work. If you're a cloud professional outside the United States who isn't actively applying to US remote positions, you're likely leaving that premium entirely on the table. The realistic timeline. Career changers with no IT background. Expect 12 to 18 months to a first cloud role. Foundation certification, then a professional level certification, then hands-on project work you can show in an interview. IT professionals, networking, sysadmin, DevOps, 4 to 8 months. You already have the conceptual foundation. Certifications map directly onto skills you've been using for years. The certification trap to avoid, the AWS Cloud Practitioner and Azure Fundamentals, AZ900, are entry-level, business-focused credentials. They signal that you understand what cloud is, not that you can build anything with it. Employers don't hire engineers based on these. They're starting points, not endpoints. Go directly toward professional-level certifications. AWS Solutions Architect Associate, Azure Administrator, AZ104, or Google Associate Cloud Engineer, as fast as your background allows. Entry-level cloud engineering in 2026 starts at $82,000 to $101,000. That's the floor, before certifications and before specialization. Mid-level professionals with 1 to 4 years of experience average $115,000 in total compensation. Senior engineers with 5 to 9 years earn $125,000 to $153,000 base salary. Cloud architects clear $135,000 to $190,000. Multi-cloud architects average $195,000 to $210,000. The field is consistently short on qualified people. 87% of technology leaders report challenges finding skilled cloud talent, and 60% of organizations expect the shortage to intensify through 2026. AWS certifications specifically generate an average 25.9% salary increase over non-certified peers. Azure certifications generate 18.1%. That shortage is your leverage, and it's not going away anytime soon. The single most common mistake people make entering this field, spending 6 months learning cloud theory without building anything in a real cloud environment. Employers can tell within 15 minutes of an interview whether someone has used these tools or just read about them. Get your hands on the free tiers. AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud all offer substantial free accounts. And build things, break things, and fix them before you sit the certification exam. The certification validates what you've already practiced. It doesn't replace the practice. Cloud and data roles overlap more than most people realize. Cloud data engineers, ML engineers running workloads on cloud infrastructure, FinOps engineers tracking data costs. Every data job explained is on screen right now.